My name is James Sebakachi Aliho. I'm from Luchiga district and I pray from Changa Church of Uganda. That is Diocese of Kigezi. I work with Bunyonyi Safaris as an administrator. However, I studied accounting and finance, but I'm in administration because of passion. The only message I give to the young ones who feel like they will make it in the future is to concentrate on the 3 C's. That is chance, choice, and commitment. Chance comes once, and whenever you get that chance, make the best choice. Then you commit to that choice until you succeed. Thank you. God bless you.
My name is Mercy Namara. Currently, I work for the Center for Soybean Improvement and Development that is based at Makerere University. I work specifically as a plant breeder. Plant breeding is a discipline under agriculture that involves crop improvement in different attributes. For example, increased yield, resistance to disease, increased nutritional components in the different crops that we have, and many other attributes in relation to what the end users require, and specifically the farmers. While I was growing up, I used to say I wanted to be a doctor, and mainly because I grew up around hospital, and also there are those major careers that people talk about, so you also find yourself in one of them. So I always said I would be a doctor. But on the contrary, because I grew up around hospital and my mom used to work in the hospital, I used to fear a lot whenever I would go on ward. The experiences there, either I would see people in a bad state, and maybe that day I would have a bad night. So somehow I knew my life was not around the hospital. So, but also I used to, when my mom would hire people to help her do some work in the gardens, I used to join them. And then also me, somehow I would be paid at the end of the day. I think it was just a way of motivation. Yeah. But then also I think I grew a love for crops. So later when I joined university, I did a bachelor's degree in agriculture. I worked for about 2 years and then decided to specialize in plant breeding for my master's training. Yes, I enjoy what I do because it has a direct impact on the livelihood of the farmers, and that is my aspiration, to see that African farmers' livelihoods are improved through the use of the different technologies that we develop in agriculture research. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Liberty Kundakwe. I come from Kabale district, and my local church is Bugarama Cathedral, but currently now I'm based in Kampala, working with a company called Bunyonyi Safaris Limited. Growing up, I liked to have something in the career that I'm happy with and passionate about. When I started with discussing with my peers, of course I would get some encouragements of what courses I would take in future to make me as a very, very important person. I took account as my choice. This is something I've done for the last 6 years. Really, it has paid me off. I've been able to make friends. I've been able to look after myself, as you see me, taking care of my siblings, and also taking care of my family. So I urge you all who wants to be like me, that it's all about being passionate in what you're doing, liking the subjects you are doing, like doing economics and accounts very better. You can be an accountant like me. And I want to urge you that you can do all those things when you trust God as your help. I love you. I wish you well. God bless you.
Hello, my name is Ivy Nagai. I am a fourth-year telecommunications engineering student currently at Makerere University. So I'm in my fourth and final year. Going into my course, I was not necessarily inspired, but it was more or less something expected of me, considering that I used to perform really well in school. Also, because of the combination I took, which was physics, chemistry, mathematics. So really, engineering was top up there in the things that were expected of me to do. And I did have interest in it. So I pursued something I had interest in, and at the same time, was more or less something that was kind of expected. It's what everybody who did my course would go and do. But what I'm passionate about, what I love to do, where I hope to go with my life, is more to do with media and public relations. And currently I'm trying to forge a way around in that area. I am a host of a radio show, RX Mix, on RX Radio. And I have been inspired by lots of women, especially my mother. My mother was the Public Relations Officer of Ministry of Internal Affairs. And her work had a lot to do with talking to people, being bold, being courageous, being creative, being able to communicate verbally and non-verbally, and, just having great interpersonal skills. I picked up a lot of that from her. And I think that is, part of what informs how I relate with other people as well. I've been inspired by amazing women in the media industry as well, like Crystal Newman, Flavia Tumusime. I love the feminist writer and advocate and speaker, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I'm inspired by women who are able to speak their truths, their opinions, communicate, and let themselves be heard in, the best way possible and in the way they do want to come off. Thank you.